All right. So before I define frequency, let's go back to the period. We've talked about what the period of a trig function is. It's the length of the interval, right? The length required to complete a single cycle, right? And so for sine and cosine, our period is 2 pi, because I complete the interval from 0 to 2 pi. I complete a single cycle, right? Frequency, then, is the number of cycles completed in a single unit of time. In a single unit of time. And so the unit of time will be dependent upon what your problem tells you. Your unit of time may be a second or a minute or an hour, something like that, right? So it's the number of cycles. Your frequency is the number of cycles that are completed in a single unit of time. The way we find it, my frequency f is equal to just the reciprocal of the period. So whatever my period is, flip it over, and that's my frequency. Okay, so let's do a little example right quick. I want to find the frequency of say I have this function right here. Can you see that? No. See if I can fix it. Yes. Okay. So we want to find the frequency of f theta equals 2 sine 30 pi theta plus 7. So in order to find my frequency, I first have to find the period. So my period, I'm dealing with sine. It'll depend on what function you're dealing with. I'm dealing with sine. And so my period is 2 pi over b, where b is the value in front of theta. So I'll have 2 pi over 30 pi. So my pi's cancel out, and I get 1 over 15. So my frequency, so my period says that the length of the interval is 1/15 that I need to complete one single cycle, right? So my frequency is 1 over the period. So that means 1 over 1 over 15. Remember, how do I divide fractions? Multiply by the reciprocal. Very good. So fancy. Multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to do 1 times the reciprocal of 1 over 15 is 15. So I just get 15. So my frequency is 15. So that means that 15 cycles are completed in a single unit of time. Let's pretend for a second that this was seconds. Right? I just made that up, but it'll depend on what your problem states. Is it seconds, minutes, hours, years, whatever, right? And I'm going to say, I made this up. But that's how you find your frequency.